Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go over this one. Quiz problem number 2. So again, remember, our claim was that the average number of males is greater than female sports, so mu1 is greater than mu2. That's our claim. And we sampled 50 colleges, and we asked them both, right? We're not going to ask them just male or female. We asked them both. So our N1 is 50 or N2 is 50. Okay, so H0 is always going to be equal, so mu1 equals mu2. Our claim is greater than, so that becomes H1. Mu1 is greater than mu2. That's our claim. So I'm going to use the word support in part 5 because my claim is H1. We can talk more about that later if you guys want me to go into that more. Just ask me. Or actually, well, yeah, when we get down to step 5, if people want clarification about that, we can talk about that some more. Step 2, critical value. So this is a mean, so mean Mr. T. We need to know the degrees of freedom. 50 minus 1 is 49. It's greater than, so it's right-tailed, which means it's one-tailed. So I'm going to pull out the handy-dandy T-table. And what was my alpha? Alpha was 0.1. So alpha is 0.1. One-tailed, very first column, and 49. So 49 is between 40 and 60. We always have to round down, right? So then we'd use the one for 40. 1.303, that's my critical value. 1.303, great. So I'm going to mark it in here. Critical value is 1.303, shade to the right, from my little picture, shade to the right, put in my critical value. Now my test stat. Okay, so that's x bar 1 minus x bar 2 over square root of s1 squared over n1 plus s2 squared over n2. So 8.6 minus 7.9. So my numerator is going to be 0.7, and my denominator is going to be square root of 3.3, right? So here's my s1, 3.3, and here's my s2, 3.5. So 3.3 squared over 50 plus 3.5 squared over 50. And if you do that, do you guys want me to walk through a quick one here? I think I'm just still sharing, so that's okay. Great. So we're going to do, again, working from the inside out. So 3.3, oops, 3.3. 3.3 squared divided by 50 plus 3.5 squared divided by 50. And then we need to square root that. So you can either, I just like to raise it to the 0.5 power, to the 1/2 power, raise it to 1/2, which is 0.5, 50%, right? Raise to the 0.5 power. And that gives me 0.680 on the bottom. And when you divide those, you get 1.029. So that's my test stat. 1.029, which is right in here. So that is in the not enough evidence, right? Not guilty, not enough evidence, do not reject H0 category. So we do not reject H0, which means we do not have enough evidence. Remember, 4 and 5, these go together. If it's not here, has to be not there. Is either they're both not, or they're both aren't. Either they are or they aren't together. So here they're both nots. So do not reject H0, not enough evidence. 2, support, because again, remember, when H1 is my claim, I use the word support here. So whenever H1 is my claim, then I'm always going to use the word support in this spot. Whenever H0 is my claim, I will use the word reject here. So if H0 is my claim, I always use the word reject. If it's H1, I always use the word support in step 5. So when is my claim H0? It's when my claim is or equals or the same. If we'd said the same, if we'd said average number of sports that college offers for males is the same as the average number that they offer for females, then my claim would be H naught. And then I'd be using the word reject. And you will have at least one on your exam that will have a H naught as the claim. So I have to give you at least one of those to kind of see if you know how to handle that one. So here, there's not enough evidence to support the claim that colleges have more men's sports than women's. Something along those lines. You guys have any questions about that at all? No? Now's a great time for questions. It's good to have questions. All right.
Hey, Professor Young.
Yes.
I just wanted to say one useful thing that I do is instead of raising it to 1/2, I raise it to the -1/2.
Oh.
You don't have to
Yeah.
put the number back in. You can just multiply it by
Right.
that's what helps me. Just
Yeah.
if I have a little, help me not make mistakes. That's it.
Right. So what Sterling is doing is he's saying, okay, you raise to the 1/2 power, that gives you this right here. But if you raise this to the -1 power, that would mean making this 1 over, and then you just multiply it by this. It's a little bit tricky, but it totally saves you some steps. So here, I'll show you what he's talking about here. He's saying if I take, I can't remember what this was. Well, here I'll show you what I'm talking about this here. If I take 0.68, instead of dividing this 0.7 by this, if I take 0.68 and raise it to the -1 power, then that's the same as 1 over 0.68. So this is the reciprocal of it. And that can just multiply by 0.7 to get my answer that I want. And what he's doing is he's combining into one fell swoop. So he's saying, whatever that number was, 0.46224, something like that, raising it to the -0.5 power, because then you multiply it by, you take the square root and you flip it to the reciprocal at the same time. And then you can just multiply by the numerator, and you're good to go. So that's a little bit advanced and fancy. If you're totally comfortable with these numbers, then do that. If you're not, then just take extra steps. There's no problem with taking extra steps. It just takes you an extra 30 seconds, right? But if you're comfortable with that, then just that's the quicker, easier, cleaner way of doing it. Okay, cool. Thank you. Why don't you guys now, I'm going to give you guys 12 minutes to work on problem number 4 from your oops, there it is, problem 4. So 12 minutes, go in your groups, and then we'll pull you back. Oh, wait, before you do that, though, what are some things? First of all, is this a mean or a proportion? So this is in your notes, lab problem 4. Mean or proportion, guys?
Mean.
Mean, totally a mean. Exactly. So it's a mean because it says average right there. Okay? And so we have 2 samples. We're asking if the means of males are different than the average weights of females. So different means not equal to. So that's our claim. Our claim is that they're different. So this is going to be where our claim is not equal to. That's going to be our claim. Not equal to. That's not a very good drawing of it. There we go. And then we should take a look at what we've got. So we've got, let's see, a random sample. Here's our sample. Sample of 10 males. So this is our first sample. Has a mean weight of 123, standard deviation of 8. That's all these are all the males. This is my first sample. And then I'll take a second sample. Right, here's my second sample of 8 females. 8 females. This is my second sample. And then you're going to have a mean weight of 116 and standard deviation of 5. So that's going to be the stuff I need for my second sample. And again, my claim is that they are different. different. That's what I'm claiming. So that means that not equal to. Okay, so remember my n's, this is my n1, 10. My other n is 8 degrees of freedom. You're going to use the smaller n, minus 1 for that one. Okay.